I need a graphic designer to make a logo for my hot dog business. I tried doing it on Word, but it didn't turn out too well. By the way, I have a limited budget. So when can you start?
I have a degree in graphic design, and I do the best work that I can for my clients. How much does your budget allow?
How does $50 sound to you? Oh wait, you said you have a degree. Let's make that 70 instead. It couldn't be that hard to do, right?
Well, it takes planning, creative thinking, several design phases, and several meetings with you to make sure that I produce something you like.
But all I want is a logo. Couldn't you just use MS Paint and put together something really quick?
Okay, so what you're really saying is that you don't want to pay me a lot for a professionally designed logo and you don't respect what I do as a graphic designer.
My work was transformed around the experience of my daughter being diagnosed with type 1 diabetes. We realized there's a glaring need for well-designed, kid-friendly tools for families going through a diabetes diagnosis. My wife and business partner and I developed a line of products to address this need. We eventually grew that business into a broader vision that addressed this same condition across healthcare. That business was called Health Simple, and it was acquired by a division of Johnson & Johnson. Health Simple has demonstrated that design-driven solutions can provide a profound improvement in the experience of living with a chronic condition.
And the first project that I did was James and Other Apes, which is 50 portraits of the great apes, chimpanzees, gorillas and orangutans. And that had really just come from an observation. I'd been watching a wildlife program on primates and I was looking at them and I was thinking, God, their faces are quite similar to our own. And then I was thinking about how actually with animals, you know, in general, you tend to think of them quite generically, not as individuals. So I thought, I wonder if I apply this idea of the passport photo, I wonder if you'll see them as having different identities. This was a little Aaron, who was an 11-month-old chimpanzee. Katie, she had been kept in a box by a hunter for the first few months of her life, and she was like seriously disturbed.
We started developing a couple projects way back in the mid-2000s. One turned into the iTunes visualizer for Apple. We took all of the code that was created, refactored it, and started sort of the base layer of what later grew into Cinder. Cinder is a library of code written in C++ that allows creative people to not have to do the boring stuff and focus actually on creativity and making the art side of things. We really focus on high-level professional people who are doing this for their job. Cinder's been used in a lot of big-scale and small-scale projects. For example, the Nike Fuel Band wall was done in Cinder that was at South by Southwest. Mill produced something called Mill Touch, where you could navigate through their portfolio, you could scrub video with your hands. Cinder is open source for a few reasons, one of which is that my company, Barbarian Group, benefits greatly from other open source projects, and so there's this desire and need to give back. Another reason for it to be open source is that we benefit greatly from other users who help write the library and grow the library to where it needs to be. You know, some people write, some people paint. There are some people who can basically think in visual code and do some of the most beautiful things you've ever seen.
Internet meme is a hijacking of the original idea. Instead of mutating by random chance before spreading by a form of Darwinian selection, internet memes are altered deliberately by human creativity. In the hijacked version, mutations are designed, not random, with the full knowledge of the person doing the mutating. In some cases, this can take the form of genuinely creative art. But now that I think about it, mightn't somebody argue that all creative art comes about through something like a mutation in the mind? Mutation in the mind. 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 Memes spread through human culture. Genes spread through the gene pool. Brain to brain, blog to blog, species to species, creativity evolved. Brain to brain, blog to blog, species to species, creativity evolved. An internet meme is a hijacking of the original idea, altered deliberately by hedgehogs' creativity. Like birds and airliners, human creativity.